Announcing today's lunch score. The score is 28. Not a passing grade, that's for sure.
Frank? I thought I told you to stop with the scoring stuff. I mean, giving a score on your lunch every single day?
Huh? Why not? What's wrong with little scorekeeping? Keeps you on your toes.
I'm just asking you to stop doing this scorekeeping game of yours. You do this every day. It's as if you're making fun of my cooking. Honestly, it's degrading. What is it you're dissatisfied with?
Let's see. You just didn't put enough effort into it today. For example, that fried egg. Tasted like crap. How hard is it to fry an egg? And the fried hamburger and veggies? Oh my god! Tasted like rubber! Can't you even fry stuff in the frying pan, for God's sakes? And the broccoli. Only half boiled. Couldn't even bite into it. All you were really good for is heating up a frozen dinner in the microwave. That's why I gave you a score 28 today.
I made my lunch today too, the same as yours. Actually wasn't too bad. I even shared some with my friends. No one said it tasted bad.
They probably just didn't want to hurt your feelings. The first thing you need to do is admit that you have no sense of taste. All I could manage was 3 bites. It was so bad I chucked it up in the garbage at work. I ended up eating at the KFC down the street. What a waste of money.
Huh? You mean you threw it out? How could you? You're pathetic.
It's for your own good. Try harder to be a better cook. You don't want me to dump you. Learn how to cook. Until you achieve that goal, I'll keep pestering you. Man, you should actually be thankful that you have such a considerate husband.
I can't understand you. When we first got married, you loved my cooking. And then about 6 months ago, you started chastising my cooking. What the hell is going on?
When we first married, I just didn't have the heart to tell you the truth. Your cooking sucked ever since I met you. I felt sorry for you, but I realized you would never improve. That's why I took it upon myself to educate you.
Is my cooking really that bad? You do know I went to cooking school for a while. I went because my folks were running a restaurant and I wanted to help out. This was before we got married, of course. And I think I have pretty good taste. I remember cooking for my friends on numerous occasions. They all said my cooking was great. So I just can't understand why you would say such a thing.
I'm sick of your constant excuses. I don't give a crap whether you went to some cooking school or that your friends think your cooking is awesome. Your cooking is just simply dreadful.
So what am I supposed to do? You just criticize and never give much constructive advice. If there's something you want to eat or a specific ingredient you want me to use, let me know and I'll do better.
That's your job. You should be able to perceive what your husband wants on any given day and make your decision on what to cook. That's what a good wife does. I mean, use your head a little. Do a little research or something.
How am I supposed to know that? Anything I prepare, you criticize and say it tastes like crap. You throw out everything I make. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. On top of that, you have this degrading meal score game you play. Where did that even come from? To be honest, I'm super stressed out about all this. If you don't like it, don't eat it. Just, please, don't dump it in the trash right in front of me. I will eat it for you.
I allow that and you'll never improve. By throwing it out, it allows you to be more aware of yourself, which in turn drives motivation. Get it? You know, when humans are pushed to the brink, they transform.
So does that mean you'll throw out everything I make until my cooking improves? Like you said last night during dinner, you said you'd rather eat garbage than anything I cook?
Yep, that's right. Just make stuff that's better than garbage.
Okay. You know what? I'm going back to my folks' place. If you think my cooking is so horrendous, well, I'll go back to my parents' restaurant and relearn what I was taught. I plan to stay until you appreciate my cooking. Until then, I'm not coming home.
Huh? Hold on a sec. That's a little too drastic, isn't it? You can't just shirk your responsibilities and...
Huh? What are you saying? You just said it's a wife's responsibility to be a good cook. I can't go on any longer serving such god-awful food to my dear husband, so... I intend to go back to my parents' place and have them teach me from square one how to be the best cook in the world. At least my folks won't throw out perfectly good food. Food won't go to waste.
No. Your folks are not up to it. What parent will criticize their daughter's cooking?
You sure don't know my folks. They are the most disciplined people I know, especially when it comes to cooking. My father is an accomplished chef and a restaurant owner. I first held a kitchen knife when I was 5 years old, and ever since I was taught everything there is to know about fine cuisine. If they find out my skill as a chef has declined, well, my father would be adamant about correcting that.
Yeah, well, that may be so, but after all, they are your parents. They'll definitely give you some slack.
Well, if you're so skeptical, how about this? We can have your folks visit us once a week and have them taste my cooking, and they can decide whether my cooking has improved. If it's your own folks, you wouldn't doubt them, would you? After all, they brought you up, and they know your tastes, right?
Huh. I don't know. That's going a little too far. It's not really something we have to get your parents involved in. I'll do the scoring about whether your cooking is good or not.
I don't want some meaningless score each time I cook something. I want to know exactly what the problem is. I want our folks involved because I don't want to rely on just your pointless score. But I want to find out what specifically is the problem and how I can fix it. And another thing. Since you've been tossing out my homemade lunch and buying some from a restaurant or fast food joint, our monthly budget has doubled in the last 6 months. You say my cooking is crap and toss it in the garbage. Our monthly living expenses are severely affected as a result. How can we not get our folks involved? We may need their help eventually.
How am I going to survive while you're gone?
Huh? How am I supposed to know? Do what you like.
Huh? You don't plan to make meals for me?
Just eat out or buy fast food. It's what you've been doing anyways. I mean, it's no use if I cook your meals. You're just gonna throw it out.
No. I'll eat all of it. No problem. Even if I can't stand the taste, I'll do my best to finish it.
Oh no, I can't allow that. I can't have my dear husband eating garbage. You said you'd rather eat garbage, right? I'll stay at my folks' place to relearn all my cooking skills, so that someday I'll be able to cook you something super delicious. So, please be patient, my dear. So, until both our parents acknowledge that I'm an adequate cook for you, I will not be returning home.
Hold on. Besides cooking, what about household chores? The laundry, for example. Are you gonna leave all of that to me too?
Yeah, well, I suppose I have to, at least until I'm accepted. But I suppose it's necessary if we're to overcome this bad food dilemma we're in, right? Besides, you're a grown man. What's a little cleaning and washing?
Dump all your household responsibilities on me? I will not allow such a thing! Your real motive is to sneak back home to escape your responsibilities as a housewife. If you keep this nonsense up, I may even divorce you.
If that's what you want, I'm good with it.
Huh?
If it ends in divorce, I don't mind.
Are you serious? You do know the meaning of divorce, right? It means we will no longer be married.
I'm perfectly aware of what divorce means. And I'm saying that if it comes to divorce, I'm okay with it. So far, you're the only person that considers my cooking not fit for human consumption. I mean, it's stressful for both of us, eating horrendous meals and throwing them out in the garbage every single day. Maybe ending this relationship is the best option. That way, I'll be able to marry someone who would really appreciate my cooking.
You're being way too melodramatic. Why talk about divorce? We're just talking about food here. Come on! Our folks would never go for it either.
You realize it's 6 months. It's been 6 months that you've been bad-mouthing my cooking and then dumping it in the trash. My parents taught me how to cook properly. And then to be nagged on by you on a daily basis? Always ragging on about a wife's responsibilities or do the household chores or whatnot. It's as if I'm a servant girl or something. I'm at my wit's end here.
Hey, Melanie? Are you pissed off at me?
Did you really think that I would not get angry? Did you think I was some weak little servant girl that would obey your every wish? I am sick and tired of your bullshit!
Melanie?
Are you serious? My cooking is garbage? You're a real piece of work. You don't even know the difference between a lamb chop and a pork chop. You think everything can be prepared in 5 minutes. You can't even make a frickin' peanut butter sandwich, for God's sake. Give me a damn break.
Melanie? Please calm down.
Calm down? Ugh, get out of here. Hey, divorce? Let's do it. Divorce. Go and find some idiot wife who'll make you your precious meals. I'm headed home, so don't forget to bring the divorce papers.
Please, Melanie. Calm down, would you? I'm sorry. It was all my fault. So please. Your cooking is delicious. It always was. It was all a lie about your cooking tasting like crap. All BS.
Huh? All BS? What's this crap about all this being BS? Huh? Speak up!
Huh. Well, it was my boss at work. His wife. Well, she's a really bad cook, and so he was giving her a score for each meal she made. I saw that and I thought it was kinda cool.
Huh? You thought it was cool? And that's why you were trash-talking my cooking?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the stupidest thing I have ever heard. What are you, 5 years old? And so, this guy was throwing his lunchbox in the trash like you?
No, he usually finished it all. Said it would be a waste to throw it out. The reason I tossed it out was that, how can I put this? I sort of started enjoying myself, and things just escalated.
Just for that? You wasted 6 months of food? So I built up all that stress because you felt so cool doing it? Is that it? Oh my God. This is totally pathetic. I'm really starting to think I married a kindergarten brat. I have to seriously think of that divorce.
Please. I'm so sorry. Please. Forgive me. I'll never say your cooking tastes like crap, so please. I'll never throw out your lunch again. And the scoring stuff? I won't do it again. I really think your cooking is the best in the world. Please no divorce. Please?
Okay. I'll put that on hold for now.
Really?
But I'm going back home for a while.
Huh? But why?
Do you really think I'm going to forgive you just like that? This will be a good chance for you to experience just how hard it is to cook and clean every day. So, I plan to stay with my folks for about a month or so. I hope you use the time wisely. Think really hard about what you did. And don't go relying on KFC for your meals either. Make sure you keep a record of all the expenses. I'll check when I return. If the expenses don't add up, I will extend my stay another 1 month. I plan to work at my parents' restaurant while I'm there.
No way! I can't do this by myself!
Relax. Don't worry. I'll leave my recipe book out for you. All the ingredients are listed, so just go out and buy them. And cook a great meal for yourself. Have fun!
Are you kidding me? I can't do this. I've never even cooked before. And I can't even go out to a restaurant or order out. If I can't cook, what the hell am I supposed to eat?
How should I know? Maybe you should just eat some garbage. Well, after that, I returned to my parents' place. Frank tried to do all the cooking and cleaning, but he ended up eating pretty awful stuff every day, and the house quickly became a total pigsty. In the end, he only lasted about a week and sought help from his folks. But I had already talked to his folks about the whole situation, and he got reprimanded pretty harshly for throwing out perfectly good food and for treating me so badly. His mother was especially keen on giving him strict lessons in cooking and house chores. After a month, I returned home and found him kneeling before me, apologizing profusely for treating me so harshly. He realized how difficult it is to cook and maintain a household, and that he would never do such a thing again. Both my folks and his gave him a severe tongue lashing, so I decided to finally forgive him. So now he helps me a bit with the cooking, and even the household chores. We even take turns making dinner. And with that, I decided to put my skills to work and work at a local restaurant. Now that we're both working full-time, things have gotten a little easier financially. 6 months ago, I really didn't know what was going to happen between us. But after that incident, I think our relationship has actually improved. So, all in all, everything turned out nicely.
Excuse me, but is this a Miss Aubrey Anderson?
Huh? Who are you? Are you trying to hit on me?
No. I'm the husband of the victim of the accident you caused the other day. My name's Isaac Robbins, and my wife's name is Matilda Robbins. Don't pretend you don't remember.
Oh yeah, I do remember now. It just came back to me, lol. What do you want?
Not what do you want. How do you plan on making up for what you did? In spite of the serious fact you ran my wife over and caused her a very serious injury, you've been ignoring all of my phone calls and actually had the nerve to block me. Luckily, I was able to find your messenger account using your phone number, which is how I'm speaking with you now.
So, those phone calls were about the accident, lol, whoopsie. I thought you were some kind of creep stalker, so I blocked your number. Although it is kind of creepy that you would go out of your way to look up my messenger account. That's really weird, you know. Don't you feel ashamed?
Are you making fun of me? Do you have any idea of the gravity of the situation you're in? My wife's lying in a hospital bed right now after you ran her over because you were playing around on your phone instead of looking at the road. That would be bad enough on its own, but on top of that, you've ignored us for a whole 4 days and didn't show up to visit her in hospital once. Do you feel even an ounce of remorse for what you did?
These things happen. It's not like I had a great time of it myself. I got injured and had to go to the hospital too, you know. I was super busy. I just haven't had the time to visit. It's not that I didn't want to.
I know all about the extent of your injuries. You have a slight graze on your forehead, and that's it. You didn't even need to be admitted. You went home the same day, didn't you? It's been 4 days since then. There's no way you haven't had a chance to come.
Even still, it's not like I have a duty to visit her. I mean, why would I? I'd visit my friends if I ran them over, but you guys are strangers to me. If she wasn't dawdling around the crosswalk like that, I wouldn't have hit her in the first place. I've seen faster snails. Yeah, that's right. The accident was her fault.
What?
Plus, she's injured me too. So we're both in the same boat here. Would you just cut it out already? This is old news now.
It only happened 4 days ago. It is most definitely not old news. You were so distracted by your phone, you ran my wife over right in the middle of a crossing after running a red light. Who the hell do you think you are, speaking about her like that? You broke Matilda's leg!
So what? Bones heal, you know. She'll be fine before long. Just think of it as an opportunity for her to read books and learn sewing or something. Take a chill pill, sheesh. Plus, she's alive, isn't she? What's the big deal? Hopefully she learned her lesson and drives more safely from now on. Did you know the doctor told me I might have a small scar on my forehead for the rest of my life after this? A small scar! Isn't that just, like, the worst? Don't you feel guilty? What's more important? Some random old woman's leg or my beautiful face? That's a rhetorical question, by the way. You will be paying me if it scars, won't you?
You've got to be kidding me. Us? Pay you? The only reason you grazed your forehead is because you panicked and swerved into a guardrail after you realized you'd hit my wife. How dare you play the victim? You should be ashamed of yourself, young lady. You don't show any remorse, you don't apologize, yet you have the nerve to demand money from the victim? Just what exactly are you hoping to achieve with this disgraceful attitude of yours?
A disgraceful attitude? I don't know what you mean.
It's considered the right and proper thing to do for the perpetrator to visit the victim in hospital and apologize sincerely in these kinds of situations. Have you no humanity? The only one who should be paying compensation and medical bills is you. Have you no conception of any of this? Where are your morals, young lady?
You can whine at me as much as you want, but I don't have any money to give you. I can't pay you something that doesn't exist. So sorry, but not sorry.
I told you to stop screwing me around! Is there no limit to your selfishness? How can you still think this is a joke? I'll be reporting this to your parents and college.
Hey, don't do that. That'd be a real nuisance for me. My mom would be so mad if she knew I wrecked the car. That's it. I just thought of, like, the best idea of all time. Tell me, old man, how old are you?
What? Where did that come from?
Forget that. Just tell me, how old are you?
34. What does that have to do with anything? Don't try and change the subject.
Well, 34? Don't forget your Zimmer frame, old man. Maybe it's not too old, though. Okay, I think I can allow it. Okay, here's the idea, old man. So, about the accident the other day, I'm willing to go on a date with you if you agree to forget all about it. One whole date with me! How does that sound?
What?
I'm free all day this Saturday. So I'm willing to go on a date with you if that's what it takes to get you to shut up, Gramps. So, what do you think? You'll go out with me and then we can just forget about what happened, can't we? We can, can't we? Lol.
What on earth are you talking about? I don't understand.
Your mind must be slowing down with your old age. Let me make it super easy to understand. If you let me off the hook and drop all this stuff about money over the accident the other day, I'll go on a date with you. One whole day that you get to spend with me. You should be counting your lucky stars. Chances like this don't come around for guys your age every day. Don't you think it sounds great? You get to hang out with a hot college student all day.
How many times do I have to tell you to stop messing around? Cut it out already! I'm serious! Are you a total moron? There's no way you can make up for what you did to my wife with something like that! How preposterous! I refuse!
Are you sure? I mean, are you really sure? How often do you get the chance to hang out with a hot college student? Not often, I'm guessing. Lol. You can do whatever you want for the whole day. Anything.
You really should know when to stop. I'm running out of patience with you. Hanging out with you wouldn't pay my wife's medical bills, nor would it heal her broken leg. All I want is to see some sincerity.
Duh, that's why I'm offering you the chance to go on a date with me. I'm sincerely asking you out on a date, lol. I'm offering you a date out of the goodness of my heart because you seem upset, lol. Surely that's the very definition of sincerity, lol. Plus, if your wife's leg's broken, that means she won't be moving around for a while. Which means you're gonna end up all kinds of frustrated, if you catch my drift. It's unhealthy to let that kind of energy build up, old man, and I'm kindly offering to help out. One thing's for sure, I look a damn sight better than that old hag, lol. Oh, is this why you don't want to go on a date with me? You're so old, it doesn't work anymore? This is too hilarious.
That's enough! I'm taking you to court!
What?
I've been waiting and waiting, sitting tight this whole time waiting for the phone to ring, thinking you would phone us about settling out of court. But nothing came. Now I contact you and this is how you behave? Do you think I'm just going to take you insulting my injured wife lying down? I'll be filing criminal charges against you so you get the punishment you deserve. You'll be hearing from my lawyer over the coming days. Prepare yourself.
Huh? I don't understand what that means, Gramps. Criminal charges? What's that? I know. You're trying to scare me by using big fancy words. Well, it's not gonna work. Lol.
If you don't understand, I suggest you go and do some research, because reality's going to come knocking on your door very soon. Or are you so lacking in common sense that even something as simple as that is impossible? If you don't figure it out now, your future's going to be ripped away from you in the blink of an eye, and you're not even going to understand how it happened. Why? Because you'll have a criminal record, and you'll owe huge sums of money. And you know what? That's fine by me. I have no intention of negotiating a settlement with you now. I won't sign any petitions for sentence reduction, no matter how much you beg me. I'll see to it that you don't get away with this if it's the last thing I do.
No, please, wait. I just looked it up. If I get a criminal record, that means I'll be a criminal. I'm gonna be a criminal. Me? No, that isn't the life I want to have. Please, wait. And what do you mean by losing my future and owing huge sums of money? That sounds bad.
How do you not understand what I mean? Are you genuinely stupid? Did you accidentally buy a plank of wood instead of a phone? Investigate it by yourself. Maybe if you do, you'll finally realize how serious this situation is.
I looked up what criminal charges means and stuff about severe punishments, sentencing, and prison started coming up. Plus, there were tons of links about compensation payments. Does that mean what I think it means? You have got to be joking me! Like, oh my god, this can't be happening! Me in prison? Please tell me you're bluffing!
I'm not joking, and I'm not bluffing either. In fact, I've never been more serious about anything. Not only did you run over and severely injure my wife, but you responded with the most childish, insolent, disrespectful attitude I've ever seen in a human being. Do you think for one moment I'm going to let you get away with that? Even if you just pretended to be remorseful, even if you just put on an act of being sorry, You are still barely in your 20s, which basically makes you a child, and I would have been willing to discuss settlement out of court. But no, you had to push. You had to be cocky, to be arrogant, to insult me and my wife. Well, if that's how you want to play this, then I swear I will fight you to the last!
No, just wait. I'll be in big trouble if you do that. It says online that it's hard for people with a criminal records to find work. Mom said she'll kick me out if I don't find a job when I graduate college. Ugh. Plus, it says I may have to pay tens of thousands of dollars in compensation. I don't have that kind of money. I don't even know if my mom and dad have that much. Just because I may have lightly brushed your wife as I went past her in the car? Why?
What? How are you somehow suddenly surprised? You wouldn't discuss any kind of settlement. Your attitude's been a disgrace from the outset. You did practically everything you could to make me as angry as possible. You were as good as asking me to take you to court.
I never asked you to do that. All I did was offer to go on a date with you instead of paying compensation. The offer still stands, by the way. How about that date? Let me off the hook and we can go for pizza and drinkies, baby.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm not interested in going on a date with you? I hate stupid, vulgar women like you! I'm instinctually repulsed by the idea of letting you off the hook for running over and breaking my wife's leg by going on a date. Besides, it's not me you need to apologize to. It's my wife!
I get it. I'll apologize to her, I swear. Which hospital is she at? I'll pay you the settlement money, too. Just name your figure. I can get a hold of it. Please, just don't take me to court. Anything but court.
Too little, too late. I already told you we're past the point of apologies and settlement negotiations. From now on, I'm dedicating my life to ensure you get the heaviest punishment possible. I have nothing more to say to you. All further communications will be sent through my lawyer. Expect to hear from him soon. And like I said before, prepare yourself.
Just stop it already. I told you, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how much trouble I'll be in if you file criminal charges against me? I'll tell my dad if you do it. I swear I will. Believe me, you don't want to see my dad when he's angry.
If you think you have something you need to tell him, then tell him. In any case, I plan on reporting this to your parents anyway, so it's probably in your best interests that he hear it from you first. I'll tell them all about how their daughter ran over my wife, then tried getting out of paying compensation or medical bills by offering to go on a date with me, the victim's husband. Mark my words, by the time I'm finished, they'll know full well what a terrible person their daughter is.
No, don't do it! Please don't tell my dad. He'll get mad at me. He'll stop paying for me to go to college. I'm begging you, please hear me out.
I'm afraid I can't do that. I can feel my IQ drop every time you speak. See you in court. After that, I blocked all contact from Aubrey Anderson. Then I left everything else to my lawyer. I don't know whether it's because they heard from my lawyer, but Aubrey's parents showed up at the hospital with faces as white as sheets. But no longer having any interest in apologies or settlement negotiations, we had the nurses tell them we weren't taking visitors and sent them on their way. The result? Aubrey Anderson was found guilty in court. The judge ordered her to pay us a whopping $40,000 in compensation and medical bills. Her parents were no longer willing to cover her tuition fees, so she was forced to drop out of college, and to add insult to injury, they kicked her out of the house and cut off all ties with her. She really was an irredeemable fool. Thankfully, my wife's leg healed nicely, and she made a full recovery. She was able to return to her normal life, pretty much unchanged from how it was before, and I'm very relieved about that.